y'all, this me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On, and Pierre. And we are fresh on our way home from church. And this is coffee from prior to church. And I did have a mint, so I wasn't blowing coffee breath on people. Anyway, we was having a conversation going to church. And I need to take my B12, which means that my memory could be more amped up. And Pierre won't tell me what we was talking about. Now you gonna do it since I got you on blast? Or do you need some B12 too? Well, I'm just asking. Look, ain't no shame in my game. But let me tell y'all, number one, I do know this. I have been watching this show, and I saw a few snippets of it, and I'm a little late to the party because I think this is the second season of it, called Black Love. And I looked at some of the episodes last year. And yesterday, Pierre just happened to be at home at the time when it was on, and we sat there and looked at that. And I personally thought that it was really interesting because, and I have liked all the episodes, but the thing that got me yesterday more than anything was to see the different, I like it, number one, because they look at different ages, and also they look at different time frames of marriage. It was everything from people that had been married 1 year to people that had been married, I think Glenn Turman and his wife was the ones that had been married the longest, right? Like 27 or 24.
20 years.
No, they were, it was more than that. But it was, they were in their 20 something odd year. But I think they were the ones that had been married the longest. And dare I say, anyway, they threw a alternative lifestyle couple up in there too. I'm just saying. So we were looking at it, and I just thought that it was really interesting. And I have some friends that I have one in particular that's contemplating marriage, and I keep rolling my eyes up in my head because it's just like, to me, when you are dating somebody, you know that old phrase, study long, study wrong? I feel that way about that. I think that you get to a point in dating that you either make up your mind you're going to do this, or you can, one or two things happen. You'll just keep starting over and over again, like walking off from the person and then getting somebody else and starting that process again. Or you will be stuck at one point in that relationship and you don't get married, but you are functioning as a married couple in most aspects, which really means that both people are leaving a lot of stuff on the table. And also you're losing a lot of the personal and collective enrichment that happens when two people get together under the bond of marriage. That's my own personal opinion. Do you have anything to say about that?
They've been dating almost as long as
Don't be putting people on blast. Just leave it general.
But I'm just saying they've been dating as long as we've been married.
Well, yeah. I thought Pierre was going to go real personal. I had to look, man, I don't know what goes on up here in your dome.
Well, why don't you let me finish?
Okay, go ahead on and get through then. Do your thing. You got the mic.
Okay, and I imagine, dating that long, it seems to me like they'd be tired of each other by now, because they know all the idiosyncrasies of this person and that person, but they still don't know what it's like to live with each other. And I got a feeling it's going to be a lot worse. So
okay.
It's just.
But we gonna bring it general.
Yeah.
We take it back general.
It's.
Yeah.
You got to make the commitment to be with one another. So I mean, that's got to be on them. I know. The main thing I got out of the show yesterday is, everybody's got the same problem. It doesn't matter how famous you are, how rich you are, how much money you got. Everybody got the same problems.
Right.
Relationship, everybody. We're all everyday people.
And this is the thing that gets me when people, like, I had to tell this friend of mine yesterday because she did this thing. It's like she wants to do this little rescue ranger thing all the time, where yesterday it was, I'm going to go out here in the yard and I'm going to go in the garden and I'm going to start pulling up weeds. No, this was Friday when she did this. And I'm going to pull up weeds, and then he's going to see me out here pulling weeds, and then he's going to come out here and help me. If you've been with somebody for 20-something years, unless the Holy Spirit come down and touch them real hard in their heart and mind and then in their soul and go like this, they're not going to do it. But the whole purpose for me, for gardening is enjoyment of watching what I like to look at stuff grow. I want to look at things thrive. So when I plant a garden, if Pierre don't never dot the spot out there, that ain't got nothing to do with me and my pleasure of it. Now, I have not always been like this. I've not always had that mindset. I've been there. But for you to be in an advanced age and still thinking like that, it comes to mind last night when we were looking at something and somebody said something about manipulation. That was on the other show we were looking at.
Yeah.
But talking about manipulation, we don't need to, and I'm speaking from a personal level. You may choose to disagree. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It's not going to affect me at all. But I feel like men and women are really, really quick and easy to get over into these manipulative type behaviors where, and I've told y'all before that I had this thing about, I don't want to act like I'm a damsel in distress for you to rise up and be the dude that you're supposed to be. And do the things that dudes should do. Opening doors. My wrist ain't broken, my hand ain't broke. But out of respect and being that, chivalrous man and all of that stuff, things that are ascribed to dudeship, those are things that are expected, and so I'm not gonna stand up here and just I can't, the door's too heavy. I'm not made like that. But I do still have the expectation. But it doesn't stop me from going in here and moving furniture around and doing this and doing that. And I've had to pull back on that because I will overdo it. And men really do like to be needed along with being respected. Those two things, if you got a female that's doing everything, they do start wondering, why am I here? What is my purpose here? And all of this kind of stuff. I think. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So at this point, there is a balance that we walk. And for me to feel like if I was in a situation, now for her, what she did was went out there and started pulling weeds and stuff, went overboard when the fella didn't come out there, and now you having to take an anti-inflammatory because you didn't set up and tow your back up. Well, you didn't need to do that to begin with. You're going to the chiropractor every 6 hours anyway. It's not that often. But I'm just saying, so my thing is, and this is what I told her, when you go to the garden, make sure you're going to the garden for the right reasons. Go out there because you enjoy doing that. And if he don't never dot a dot out there, you went out there and you enjoyed the garden. You enjoyed it. And when you came in, you got that experience of when I went out there, because when Pierre came home this morning, where was I?
Out in the garden.
And I was out there picking about 6 pods of okra and a whole bunch of cayenne peppers that's green, that look like crooked devil fingers. It was a lot of them out there. I don't know what that's about. But all of a sudden, the pepper fairy been out there doing stuff. Really, it ain't no fairy. God been letting my stuff grow. But I'm just saying, that was for me. And even if he hadn't came home and saw me out there, I was still out there. Don't go in because it's going to get dark. Just hold on a second because I'm getting ready to but it'll get dark when I go in there, when you pull in. But I'm just saying, we work together, and there are some things that we do together, But then there are some things that we really honestly do and experience apart. Pierre went out there, he helped me put the garden together and all of that stuff. And Pierre don't go out there just like he just right now collectively put his lips on my coffee. He do. He do stuff like that. But I'm just saying, when you have to look at stuff and not do things with the if you want to have something that you all both enjoy and you both do together, then prior to all of this stuff, you need to sit down and have a conversation, correct?
Correct.
And decide that, okay, I like the sport curling and he likes the sport curling.
It's interesting.
That was right there. That was hypothetical. I don't care nothing about curling. Trust and believe that. I know what it is.
No,
but
it is interesting. No.
mark that off the list because I'm not interested in that. But let's just say, look on the top of that trash can. Do you see that fool walking on the edge of that trash can? Meaning it's a lizard. And see, they done made a resurgence. It's getting ready to be winter. And they call themselves, never mind, back on focus. What needs to happen is you have to have a conversation where y'all are picking activities that you both like. And that could be y'all's thing that you do together. But it's just like with the yard. I kind of like yard work to a certain extent. Pierre, on the other hand, not on no extent. He want the yard nice, but he don't want to be the one that is he's gonna pay somebody, is what I'm saying. And even at that week, yeah. But let me say, so I've said what I had to say. This is still not the conversation that we was having earlier, and you know that I know that it's not.
No, but I think we forgot. It'll come to us.
So we both gonna go in here and take some B12 because I can admit my fault that I do need my B12. This one here, well, you did say you might need some too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I got something in my bag.
What? What are you looking at now?
Nothing.
Did you see something?
I saw a lizard go across the plastic.
You across. We going in the garage, y'all. We home. Pierre's getting ready to go get all of this busted. Because he is a Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy got too much hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy is Wuzzy and fuzzy. Correct? Amen. Okay, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Toodles. Are you saying anything?
Bye, y'all.
It's a wrap.